The life purpose of a shaman is to help bring someone back into balance and harmony in body, mind, and spirit through deep relationship with nature, community, and the unseen, the spirit world. If the word shaman pulls you in, it might not mean that you need a title. It might just mean that you are needing healing, truth, and a more meaningful, purposeful life. By the end of this video, you will understand what a shaman truly is, what gifts they hold, and who they are here to serve, and what the path of the shaman may reveal about your own purpose in this lifetime. And we will do it in a way that is respectful, because this is a very sacred role in many living traditions, not just a trend. Across many cultures around the world, when a community, people, consciousness was lost, sick, grieving, traumatized, or afraid, there was a common person that those people went to, not for a quick fix, but for guidance, for healing, for direction, for meaning. Our modern world right now has doctors for the body, coaches, mentors that mainly work with the mind, but many people still feel a deeper kind of void and longing, disconnection from nature, disconnection from themselves, disconnection from the divine, God, Goddess, Source, infinite divine intelligence, and from their own soul. And that is why the shamanic archetype keeps showing up in people's hearts, in people's lives, in people's visions. What exactly is a shaman? A shaman is often used as a general word, but different traditions have different names and meanings. So I'm not going to say that there is only one single definition, but in very simple terms, the archetype of a shaman is someone trained to help people move through spiritual and emotional initiations and crises, and to help people return to balance and inner peace and sense of meaning, clarity, and purpose. Shamans very commonly work in ceremony, ritual, prayer, with songs, with chanting, with musics, with instruments. They also work closely with sacred plants and the natural elements of fire, earth, water, air. Shamans are known to get people into altered higher states of consciousness. Many shamans serve to heal communities of many people. It is a sacred responsibility. What is the life purpose of a shaman? The life purpose of a shaman is to restore harmony and balance where life has become fragmented and disconnected. They help a person face what they have buried, denied, and neglected within themselves, and to help them release what doesn't belong to them anymore and what needs clearing and shedding. Shamans help to guide people back to the part of themselves that is in wholeness. The shaman also acts like a bridge between worlds, between the seen and the unseen, the heavens and the earth, between the individual person and the larger community, between pain and the meaning behind pain, and the deeper wisdoms behind pain. Ultimately, a shaman guides and leads people back to their internal freedom and to the dissolution of any and all forms of suffering. What are the gifts of a shaman? Probably one of the greatest gifts a shaman holds is the deep sensitivity to energy, emotion, and the unseen patterns behind behavior. The ability to stay present around pain, chaotic energy without flinching. Also the courage to go into the dark, to face darkness so that someone doesn't have to go alone, and to alchemize the darkness. A deep relationship and connection with nature that feels alive and intelligent. Shamans generally have a gift for sacred symbols, dream meanings, and the hidden language of the psyche. And most of all, the gift of making healing possible on all levels of the human body, mind, soul, spirit. Who are they here to serve? Shamans, generally speaking, serve people who are in a transition phase in their lives. People who experience grief, people who are going through life initiations, people who feel spiritually lost, people who carry trauma, fear, or heaviness that they cannot explain or find relief from. Shamans work with communities that need cleansing, reconnection, and meaning. And in a more modern language, you could say that shamans, they serve the part of humanity that is ready to come back into wholeness and into a higher consciousness. How do you know this path is calling you? I want to be very mindful here, because feeling drawn to the word shaman does not necessarily mean that you should claim that sacred title immediately. But the path may be calling you if you feel deeply affected by suffering and you want to help liberate and relieve it and transcend the suffering. When you have been through your own darkness and you want to turn it into service and purpose, when you feel most alive in nature, silence, sacred rituals and prayer, when you're drawn to healing work, but you know it requires humility and training, and you keep asking, how do I or how can I help people return back home to themselves? And a big and yet simple sign is you don't necessarily seek attention, but what is way more important to you is you seek truth. You seek to understand what is truth and what is illusion. What does this reveal about your purpose? Even if you never walk a traditional shamanic path, the archetype of the shaman can still reveal something about you. It may mean that your purpose in this lifetime includes being a calm presence in chaos, helping people feel safe in their emotions, guiding someone through a hard season, bringing people back to nature, simplicity, and meaning. And let me give you a next grounded step. You can ask yourself, who do I feel called to help and serve? And what kind of healing do I keep returning to? And then choose one small act of service this week that matches your answers. The deeper truth is this: the life purpose of a shaman is not a costume, a label, or an identity. It is a devotion to healing, to wholeness, to higher consciousness, to alignment with earth, with the divine, with nature. And if this path resonates with you, it may be showing you something about how your own purpose wants to serve life and wants to serve the creation of life. Not through ego identity, but through humility, your higher divine presence, love, and real responsibility. So the life purpose of a shaman is not only to talk to spirits or to be in ceremonies. It is to help restore balance on a deep level and guide people back to their soul, to their soul's knowing, their soul's wisdom, their soul's path. And if something inside of you woke up while hearing this today, that may be exactly the part of your own purpose, asking to be remembered, to be heard, to be seen. Your gifts are not random. They are clues. If this path resonates with you, watch the next video on the life purpose of a healer. It may show you how your gift for helping others is meant to become a true service.